It's time for the Trading Stocks Made Easy podcast. Each week, Trading Stocks Made Easy demystifies stock trading and investing so you can profit big. And now, here's the host of Trading Stocks Made Easy, the wealthy investor, Tyrone Jackson.
Hey, it's Tyrone Jackson, the wealthy investor, and welcome back to another episode of Trading Stocks Made Easy. In this episode, I'm going to ask you a simple question. I've asked it in other episodes. What is your financial plan? We're at that point in the year where we're looking forward to the next 52 weeks and life hopefully being better, bigger, and grander. Now, if you want a better, bigger, and grander life, so much of it is up to you. So much of it has to do with your personal intention. Now, intentions are very powerful. If you've ever listened to Oprah Winfrey, she does a lot of work around the idea of intentions. You see, in this lifetime, one of the things that I've discovered is you get in this life what you focus on most. I'll say that again. You get in this life what you focus on most. It's because your brain is very, very powerful. So you ever notice people who don't have money are constantly complaining about what they don't have? They're experts at telling you all the time the things that go wrong in their life. And when they're constantly focusing on the things that go wrong and what they don't have, they multiply more scarcity. But one of the things that you will notice going forward is that people who have a wealth-building mindset or an abundance mindset are always focusing on what they want to happen. You see, you and I are always co-creating our reality. And when we're visualizing, daydreaming, or writing down what we'd like to have happen in the next 52 weeks in our life, guess what? That's what we are creating. Because money and wealth is an inside job first. What do I mean by that? That means if you spend a little bit more time focusing on what you'd like to have happen, regardless of the circumstances that are around you, you are setting the intentions for great things to happen for you in your life. So I'll give you an example from my life. So I knew that I had the ability to make people rich in the stock market because I can explain how the market works in very simple terms. I was never invested, and I never have been invested in having people go, "Oh, Tyrone, you're so smart." That's not it. I feel like, for whatever reason, part of my calling is to be able to explain to you things like in and out of the money covered calls, taxation, how to use leverage, right? So when I realized I had this talent and gift, the only question was, how many people in the world could I reach? Now, I didn't know anything about having a podcast at the time. I just knew that what we now call the digital era was upon us. So I was like, well, I need to spend some time learning how to spread my message around the world and what modalities are available to me to be able to create a brand and reach people all over the world. Now, this seems very simple, but back then there was no Facebook. Google had just started to become a thing. There were all these other search engines. So the first thing I had to learn was what? How does search engine marketing work? And then when Google started to dominate search, how does Google work? And I spent hours and hours and hours studying search engines by going to workshops and seminars and reading books. And then this thing called YouTube came out. And I was like, well, how do you market yourself on YouTube? See, my intention was already to reach the entire world, which actually anyone can do today. But what modalities would take me there? So I spent an awful lot of time talking to successful entrepreneurs about YouTube. But at that time, there weren't a lot of stock market entrepreneurs using YouTube. Today, there really are. So when I learned how YouTube's algorithm functioned, how to create videos, how to upload them, how to storytell, then I was matching my intentions with my desire, which was to be all over the world. So once I learned YouTube, learning never stops. Then I had to learn Facebook and Instagram. Really what I had to learn was how to reach hundreds of thousands of people per week who were targeted. Okay? So I set an intention And I was willing to commit to that intention for years and years and years and years. And today I help very large groups of people from almost every country trade and invest in the U.S. stock market. Now, I'm very proud of that. And that's why I'm here to help you. Because for whatever reason, I feel like this ability to break down the U.S. stock market in life-size pieces is a talent and a gift that I've been given. And you know, if you listen to the Trading Stocks Made Easy show very often, how much I love and I treasure the time that we're together. So I put intention behind that. When I first started trading in the stock market, and I did my first trade and I made $500, which was an automated volatility trade, by the way, I was like, man, if I had more money to put into this account, this could turn into hundreds of thousands of dollars and even millions of dollars if I could develop a system that would allow my money to grow exponentially in an extraordinary way. Now, this is so interesting as a stock market trader, even though I said, well, I want to make millions of dollars trading, right? There's no book on how to do that using covered calls, volatility trading, and dividend collection. So that meant that I was going to have to write the book. Right. So becoming a writer was something that I had to put some intention on while I was trading at the same time. You see, the key to your success is going to be your desires, what it is that you truly desire. But desire alone is not enough. You have to be willing to be patient and put in the time, effort, and energy behind your true desire to make that your reality. So what is my intention in doing this show is to be able to encourage you to take some steps in your life that are going to change your life in the next 52 weeks because you already have the intention of being wealthy from stocks, or else you wouldn't be listening to this show right now. So I want to give you one other dose of encouragement as we look forward. You're listening to me and choosing to listen to this episode. What if it were not an accident? What if it were your destiny to be rich? What if it were your destiny to have financial freedom? What if it were your destiny to give away money to your favorite charities and help people in your life? I believe that's one of the reasons that you and I have met, because your desire matches my intention.
Want to increase your stock market trading profits? Then you need to start your monthly membership to WITradeschool.com right now. Don't understand how to write covered calls for monthly income? No problem. Simply review Tyrone's latest stock trades in our video library as many times as you need. WITradeschool.com is all about helping you get the financial education you need to earn money in the stock market and change your financial life. Tyrone Jackson, the wealthy investor, has helped his students earn thousands of dollars per month trading stocks online from home. These are people just like you. So what are you waiting for? Follow Tyrone Jackson's red-hot stock trades and investment strategies today. Don't wait. Start your monthly membership at WITradeschool.com right now.
So, since you and I are not just a match, but a perfect match, I want to give you some tools that I think are going to help you in the next 52 weeks. And I'm going to ask you, just like a doctor, to do a checkup on your financial life. Now, let me explain what I mean by that. Here's what I want you to examine and then commit to. How much money is in your checking account right now? You should know that every day. How much money is in your savings account right now? You should know that at least once a week. You don't have to obsess about it, but you should be aware of that. What I'm trying to do is help you with your consciousness around money. If you want more money, you're going to have to pay attention at least to what you have. How much money do you have in your retirement account? Do you have a 401k, an IRA, or a Roth IRA? If you do not have one, do you know you could start one for as little as $100? When you have a retirement plan, like a 401k or an IRA, you have the tools that wealthy people have. And if you can start those tools with just $100, man, the next 52 weeks are going to be big for you, because the only thing you have to figure out is how do you get more money in those retirement accounts. Some of you listening already have an online trading account, but you don't have a strategy that works consistently in the stock market. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to log in to your online trading account, click on the history button, and see what that account was worth last year at this time. Then I want you to obviously look at the value of the account right now. Did it progress in the way that you hoped? In other words, if you had $10,000 and you're saying, I only have $11,000 in my account, that means your account increased only 10% in 52 weeks. Well, that's not going to get you rich. You probably need an accelerated strategy that allows your account to grow somewhere between 20 and 50% every single year. So just by looking at history, what your account was worth last year and what it's worth now, that's going to tell you if you're on the right track, if you see the kind of progress in the account in terms of its growth that satisfies you. Now, remember I just talked about the retirement account? Okay, a lot of you have retirement accounts that somebody else set up and it's invested in mutual funds. Do me a favor, look at the history of that retirement account over the last 3 years. Is it where you want it to be? If not, you need to put some time and attention on that, because rather than letting other people handle your money, it's probably time that you learn accelerated strategies so that you can grow your money at a pace that is acceptable to you. Not what other people tell you, but acceptable to you. So if you really think about what we're doing in this particular episode, is I am guiding you through the places where you need to put attention and then intention behind the results that you want 52 weeks from now. Do you have a life insurance policy? What kind of life insurance policy is it? Is it whole life or of some other nature? And when do you stop paying premiums? And can you borrow against that policy? What is your mortgage balance? We're giving time and attention to things. Are you making an extra mortgage payment every year, 3 times a year, 4 times a year, so that your mortgage payment is going down, so that your mortgage balance is going down? See, when you start to put attention to these things, you can better handle your money. Do you want to own a piece of real estate? Now, real estate is a great way of accelerating wealth over time. If you can commit to an extra mortgage payment just twice a year on a 30-year mortgage, your mortgage will be paid off faster than 30 years. Are you in the position to take a home equity line of credit? Because if you're in the position to take a home equity line of credit, you now have capital to put into the stock market to start wealth building and creating residual income. These are all simple tools that you can use. Arrange them in your wealth puzzle, put some attention on them, some intention behind them, and mysteriously, you actually have capital to put in the stock market so you can start writing cover calls and collecting dividends the wealthy investor way. All right? And are you aware of all of the accounts that you actually have? Do you realize some people have money in banks and savings accounts that they never touch, and they just figure someday I'll use that money? Not someday. That money can be working for you right now in the stock market by your own hand. So think about the things that I'm just encouraging you to do so that 52 weeks from now, you are in a better financial position, setting up years and years and years of wealth and residual income. I tell you all the time, your wealth is in your thinking. It's in your consciousness. So this is not just about thinking positive thoughts. It's about taking positive steps, paying attention to your money, taking control of your money, and moving some of it into a brokerage account at E-Trade, TD Ameritrade, any place where you have access to the stock market and your money can grow. Now, here's the beauty of all that. If you start educating yourself and paying attention to your money, guess what? You have a skill set that can be passed on to future generations. As I always say, you can't pass on a financial education that you yourself don't have or don't practice. That's not how wealth works. What I want for you is the next 52 weeks to be bigger and better in financial terms so you can start living a great big life of financial freedom, fulfilling yourself, traveling, and being able to pass this education on to others who come after you. So what are you going to do? Right now, I need you to make the choice to be positive, to be open, to pay attention to your financial life so that 1 year from today, you are in a noticeably better place. That's my message in this episode. What is your financial plan? Choose wealth. I'm Tyrone Jackson, the Wealthy Investor, saying I'll see you right back here on the next episode of Trading Stocks Made Easy. You can do it.
You've been listening to the Trading Stocks Made Easy podcast. Be sure to rate and review our show on iTunes. While you're on iTunes, be sure to click the subscribe button and you'll automatically receive our next episode.